You're tuned into News Across the Galaxy, where they talk all things LA Galaxy with the Nag Boys. Let's start nagging.
Wait, who's doing it? Am I doing it?
You are rusty. I'll take it. I'll take it, mate. Cheers, everyone. Welcome to another episode of News Across the Pond. I am your host, Eddie Dags. I am along with these four blokes. As always, I have this wanker, Brian. How are you, Brian?
Hello there. I am anti-wanker, but hi. What's up, guys? It's been a minute.
We have all the way from, I believe that's somewhere in Central America, Nicaragua, Edgar Nags. How are you?
And we'll never be royals, except for me. Number one dad, baby. It's 2 years running. Look at that.
You're a champ, baby.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
And big surprise for all you. Willis. You're right, mate.
Splendid, my friend. Splendid.
Eddie, have you had your bottle of water today?
Oh, my bottle of water is right here, mate.
Look at that. It goes right through
it. And the ones and twos, treat yourself.
Hey, what up? You know what's so funny about that accent, dude? It seems that British people can make and mimic the American accent way better than when we can with theirs. Is that like a... Or am I tripping?
What accent?
What accent? In all seriousness, welcome to News Across Miguel Berry. We'll talk all things Miguel Berry. I am Miguel Berry. As always, I got Miguel Berry with me. What's up, Miguel Berry?
What's up?
What's up, Miguel Berry?
And I have Miguel Berry.
And nice to meet you real quick, Miguel Berry.
On the ones and twos, Miguel Berry. See, he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT.
Yeah. First and foremost, big big day today. How dare you guys do my boy wrong? Happy birthday, Grimace.
Happy birthday.
Grimace gave one of the best summers of our lives last year with that shake and all those memes. McDonald's is going to do him like that and not shout him out again.
Damn.
Why they got to do...
It's Miguel Berry, dude. Look at him.
Why they got to do...
Eddie, breathe. Oh, wait, what the fuck?
Oh, man, you never go full Grimace, dude.
Never go full Grimace.
Never go full Grimace.
Oh my god.
Timu Barney.
No, but on the real, happy
Timu
Barney. Happy Father's Day to all you motherfuckers out there. Happy Father's Day to
Father's Day.
Literally.
Shout out to all the fathers out there. The responsible dads have been in their kids' life. Shout out.
That's what's up.
Yes.
No shout out to weekend dads?
Nah, weekend dads are cool.
Nah, that's tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Other Father's Day?
Other Father's Day.
Man, you know what was interesting? Remember that time we did that show with Matt Baker from St. Louis, and we were doing News Across the Kingdom because the Kings were playing the Blues.
Yes, that is true.
I completely didn't even think about it. The Dodgers played the Kansas City Royals this weekend, so it was Kansas City versus LA all weekend. And,
missed opportunity.
And then those bastards had to like break Mookie Betts' hand, man. I don't know if you guys saw it. He took a 99-mile-per-hour fastball to his hand. He broke his hand. He thought he was out for a while. Ooh, sucks, man. But they were just mad because the Galaxy won on Saturday. Yeah. Yes. Spoilers.
Take it out on baseball. I'm fine with that. Sorry, Dodgers fans.
Take it out on baseball. Sucks to play baseball.
Man.
This car is really heavy. Give me a second.
You guys ready to get the show on the road?
Let's get the show on the road.
Let's get it.
We're started. Let's start nagging.
Oh, well, actually, you know what? Before we continue, I'm going to start a new fan club, the Member Berries. If everybody wants to be a member, the Member Berries.
Oh my God, no! And it's purple, like
yeah, that's how you ask each other. You member? I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Time he scored.
If you get that joke, you're in the right place.
This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
All right. So let's do housekeeping news. One Daniel Aguirre, no longer a G, has been transferred to one Chivas Guadalajara, where he rejoins ex Galaxy player Chicharito Hernandez. Chicharito.
Reader fella.
Yeah, so it's reported 250,000 for the transfer. Daniel Aguirre was on his contract year, last year of his contract. I mean, for me, my opinion, no brainer. That's a win-win. If I'm not mistaken, he's 24, I think, and he's going to get as good as he is going to get with us. And as a walk-on, he gets to play in another big league in this region, and the Galaxy gets some money. So I see a win-win for everybody here.
Yeah, it makes
And
sense.
we'll get to see him later this year.
Oh yeah, we are gonna get to see him, and it's gonna be funny if he ends up starting and scoring a goal. Do you think he celebrates it?
Oh,
yes, of course.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for a young man like that.
He don't know his shit. He had to pay $250 to try out. He was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about that game, real quick. Imagine Chicharito scores a goal against the Galaxy, and then he does that payaso like celebration in front of
I'll throw a pie at that phone.
in front of Victoria Block. He's like,
he'll get it. I'll pie that fool, bro.
It's the league stuff. Relax. There's like 20 people here. I'm only here because they were free.
They were free. They are. The move.
But again, win-win, my opinion. And you know, it also speaks high of the current front office, because I can't remember the last time I said win-win with the Galaxy transfer.
Efra.
True.
Efra? No, Efra was not. That was a sell high that they didn't sell high. They wouldn't sell on it too long. Efra was not a win.
Yeah.
No, it was a win because you got him off the team.
It was win for. That's why I said win-win, not one win. 2 wins. You listen?
2 wins?
When I say win, it's followed by win. Win-win.
I'll take 1 win. But yeah, a great opportunity for him.
That's
especially
like this is
the thing too.
We need one more win for the no matter what.
Yeah. With seeing how kind of thin our roster is at that center mid position, I know Aguirre was played in different positions, but we saw in this weekend's match, we were lacking in the center. He could have been a piece to help us out, but I'm happy for the kid, because there was no way that he was going to get a lot of playing time here, especially in Vanny's system. I'm not sure what Vanny sees or doesn't see in the young kids that he doesn't give them more time. Well, in the exceptional case right now with Johnny Perez. But yeah, Aguirre, good luck. Best of luck to you, and I hope you kill it out there.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think it's a great move for both sides. Chivas Guadalajara get a young player in the midfield, which they are desperately needing right now. Somebody who gives them depth, for their future games, and we get to unload some cap space to make room for one named Marco Reyes. So win-win, baby, win-win.
Oh, quick Marco Royce update. Exclusive.
Este lo dijo como salvadoreño, Marco Reyes.
Hey, yo soy del Salvador, del Salvador.
You gotta say like us Europeans, me and Eddie, we say Marco Roche.
Marco Roche. Anyways, like I was saying though, Marco Royce update. There is no update.
There is no update.
Well, there is no update because it's already a done deal. That's why.
Done deal. Love it.
Well, supposedly not, but last thing we heard was he wanted to come to LA. I think if it happened, to check out LA and check out here. I think if anything, it's gonna be dragged on for a bit. I think it's gonna go quiet for a while. I assume Euros are in Germany. He's probably enjoying that. He just finished a long season because they went to the Champions League final. After one of the Euros in, I don't know off the top of my head. After that, he'll probably then visit, and then he'll make his decision. So I think this deal is going to drag on, winning if it happens.
I'm still iffy about that signing, but I mean, now
It's
we
a
need
tier
it.
player.
And now
How
we
could
need
you
it.
not- Yeah,
Now you
okay.
need it.
Yeah,
Now we
this
need
is a perfect example. I mean, obviously, spoiler alert, the Galaxy won, but this is a perfect example why on a TAM deal is definitely a good fucking deal.
Yeah, of course. Any TAM deal for a European player of the quality of Reos, it's gonna be great because you're not spending that DP money. You're able to bring in younger players to help the team win, and you get that experience with TAM. Perfect.
This was said Marquito Reos.
Ota Marquito.
El Chele Reos.
El Chele Reos.
El Zar Correos.
All right,
But
cool.
yeah.
Moving on. So no update. That was your Michael Royce update. So after a long break, we were back, boys. Back at home, back in the stadium. It was Pride Night at the digs. Damn, I forgot where we played for a second. That's how long it's been. Before we get into how that went, as some of you may know, there was a giveaway. There was a Robbie Rogers bobblehead giveaway. Oh, come on, Robbie, get up in there. Yeah. It was for the first, I don't know how many. Obviously, I was part of those.
5,000.
I don't know how many. Yeah, 5,000. And it actually looks like the player kind of this time, you know? It wasn't,
Yeah.
they didn't say Yoshida and then you got an Omar Gonzalez bobblehead with the Yoshida jersey this time, you know? But as you may have seen, we're going to give away one of these lovely bobbleheads because I happened to pick up an extra one and we're feeling generous tonight. So, boys, we're going to make this a little challenging.
Yes.
Okay? We're going to give this, what do you guys say, 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
All right, and then we'll move on if we don't get a winner.
Yeah.
First challenge, if you want this bobblehead, DM us on Twitter or Instagram. Anyone that's taken a picture with me.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, one, my feelings will be hurt. Two, we'll move on to the next one.
I mean, you're talking about Miguel Berry, right? Picture with him, right?
No, Cape Cod.
Oops.
I don't know what Chew's doing. Chew's just getting trigger happy with it.
Hell yeah, he's having fun right now. Anyway, yes, that is a good one.
Cool. All right. So again, I got there closer to kickoff, so give you guys the floor. You weren't able to make it, right? Well, let's just check in. No, you weren't. Hey, Miguel D on the chat said about to Photoshop a pic. It's 20 minutes. If you give me a decent Photoshop or you make me laugh with a picture with you in a Photoshop, you won. I love a cheap laugh. So
Yeah.
Easy
Unless I said mine.
We'll take that too. It's stupid. Anyways, so Brian,
I was the first one there, by the way.
Oh, sorry, fool. I didn't know you were there fucking setting the cones, painting the field and shit. You were the first one there.
I was there checking the level of the grass and everything.
Nice. That's why we won.
Nah, I was hoping to get there earlier, but traffic was really jammed across the entire west side of LA. Apparently, Joe Biden decided to drop in at LAX, and because he was having an event at LA Live later that evening. And if you were on the 405, you were in a parking lot. If you were in the 91 like I was, there was a lot of traffic heading in that direction. And what normally, for me, is a 45-minute ride turned into like hour and a half. So, whew. But when I got there, Comets SC already had their Juneteenth tailgate going.
Yep.
They had music. They had a live DJ there. They had all kinds of food. They had a nice little spread. Matthew was there. He was selling the cards. Here's my set, by the way. I got a whole bunch of these, man. They're fucking awesome. If you get a chance to buy some from him, if you can, get either one or get the whole set. I'm sure years from now, people are going to look at these and be like, wow, this is incredible. And once again, it shows you the power of the Galaxy secondary market and how impressive it is, the creativity that people have. But yeah, there was that going on. Obviously, both ACV and Lars Paddocks were going off with music. Everybody was having a good time, just chilling before the game. A good friend of the show is our good friend from Colorado, from the Holding the Highline podcasts. Yeah, we'll get to that right now, Adam. But a good friend of the show is Matt Pollard. He's from Holding the Highline podcast, and one of his co-hosts is Mark Goodman, who is known as Soccer Rabbi. And so earlier in the week, Matt told me, "Hey, a Soccer Rabbi is going to be heading to the game." He was asking about pupusas, and we're like, "Oh, sweet," because we had invited Matt to have pupusas. So we got some pupusas from Mark. He showed up with his family, and my God, they absolutely love them.
Yes, that was
He
amazing.
was he was very grateful, and he said he appreciated the hospitality. You guys might have seen him there. He was wearing a little straw hat. He was wearing his Colorado Rapids kit, and Brian, you got to meet him.
Yeah, it was. I was actually having an amazing conversation with his dad. Shout out to Sir Jim. Yeah, him and I were having a great conversation. I saw you talking to Soccer Rabbi as I was talking to his dad, and it was amazing. We got to show him around a little bit. We gave him some pupusas. They enjoyed them. I actually chatted up a little bit with his son. He's a big One Piece fan like me, which I could nerd out on anime all day and every day. So that was very enjoyable. The beautiful thing about soccer, right? You could just meet people, head to their hometown, and you get treated to some nice food and a great time. And I hope they did have a great time, especially watching our team win, because that's how they that's what a winning team looks like. Damn. But yeah, it was good. It was dope.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a nice chill atmosphere for the game. A lot of people, if you dropped into conversations, people were talking about the Danny Aguirre deal.
Yeah.
I know Brian was talking about it at the Comments SC tailgate, and I also overheard other people with some level of concern. They were like, "Well, what happens if our midfield, somebody gets injured in midfield, or if we have a sub at a certain point and we absolutely need somebody like him to come in? How's the team gonna make up for that?" Well, these are questions that are answered over time, obviously. And this game, another big deal. People are wondering how the team was going to do with Miguel Berry. I mean, I'm sorry, with Ricky Puig being out, right? Since so much of the offense goes through him.
Not Miguel Berry.
I'm so sorry. But also, yeah.
Before you go into it, let's acknowledge the super chat. Thank you, Adam, for the $2 super chat. He asks, guys, any guests for the preview versus NYCFC? It seems like it's
Yes,
going to be a short week for a midweek. I'm not sure. We had a guest in mind, but I'm pretty sure his schedule will be pretty busy. It's a short week as well, and those when midweek games come about, it's really hard for any of us to try to get a good midweek show going. So pending, we'll see.
actually, I got a response for you, man.
Oh,
I got
okay.
in touch with Chris Polanco from the Cooligans, and he said he's going to join me tomorrow, actually, and we're going to
Oh
record.
shit, Chris
So
Polanco.
There you go, Adam. Thanks for the question.
A game with the Pigeons. So yeah.
Beautiful. There it is. Moving on. Wait, no. Oh, wait. Did you get there early, Eddie, or you got there right on time?
Eddie got there so early, we didn't see him.
Yeah, I got the early. No, I got there close to kickoff. I got a little lucky with the bobbleheads. I will not say how, but there was luck involved.
There always is.
Went to the Amex Lounge. Got me a Shirley Temple. Got all sugared up,
That's what's up.
riled up, and I was ready to go. Yeah,
Dr. Pepper hits different at the Amex Club, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I want to ask you guys. I hate to bring this up, but I know I think I talked to Edgar a little bit. Little disappointed in the attendance. I get that it's Father's Day, but that's the day after. It's a promotion night. I don't, at least on the top of my head, I can't think of many things that were going on. Uh, it was a little disappointing to see we were in a good run. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a terrible attendance, but I thought we were in a good run, and I thought that the season's been going good enough to where I would expect more on a promotion night.
Yeah, it was an interesting night though. I noticed after the game I saw somewhere that the announced attendance was just over 22,000. I know the Dodgers had played earlier in the day. I think oh no, they were playing at the same time. I'm sorry, and I'm not sure if LAFC was playing. I think they were here at home. So there's a lot. It's the middle of June. Summer
It's
is around the
hot.
corner. There's a lot of things going on, and like I said, a lot of people were having a really difficult time getting to the stadium, especially if you're coming down from the west side or from the valley and you're coming down the 405. So it was one of those things where, yeah, at kickoff, it looked kind of sparse, but just around halftime, it started to fill up more. But
Maybe that's
obviously,
what
it
happened.
wasn't as packed as you would expect. But like for example, in previous games, everybody's in there already before the kickoff. It wasn't the same this time around. Who knows? Many different factors, like Eddie was saying, but I would maybe we'll get a bigger crowd against the Pigeons, right? It's a higher profile team, and they're one of the best teams in the East. So who knows?
Good luck
If you're
with
talking
that in
about
the
a
midweek.
Wednesday, though,
Yeah. Good luck with that.
I was gonna
It was
mention
Joe
Jerry
Byron,
West.
bro. Joe Byron.
Joe Byron. It was because of him. He caused all that traffic. Nobody could get a stadium. Joe Byron, take me to dinner,
Yeah,
baby.
as you guys see on Eddie's image there behind him, the LA
Oh,
Galaxy
true.
did honor legendary LA Laker and NBA visionary Jerry West. Jerry West, also known as the Logo, because he's the inspiration behind the NBA logo. I mean, amazing player with the Lakers. He was not only an amazing player, he's a great GM. He engineered a lot of those championship teams for the Lakers. And then he also came over to the Clippers, and he was also part of the Golden State Warriors, wherever he went. You could tell this guy made things better. Uh, I mean, I'm not a Laker fan, but I always had the utmost respect for somebody like Jerry West. He's just one of those people, right? Like a Magic Johnson, for example, that
Yeah.
they're just on a different level, right? Uh, Eddie, you're a Laker fan. I mean, how does this impact you at all? What do you think about Jerry West?
I mean, it's sad, but he was what 86 years old. You know, he lived a full life. I mean, I'm grateful for what he did. Made me, brought me to love the Lakers, right? It's my brother loved the Lakers, and that's kind of how it started. And I got my Jerry West education from him. Jerry West was a fucking goat, bro. He was a double agent. Best move he did for the Lakers was go work for Memphis and trade Gasol to us for peanuts.
That
Damn.
must have been crazy to watch him actually play. I would have loved to see that.
I mean, Edgar was like in his 20s when Jerry West used to play, right?
Yeah, man, he was just one of those guys that he pushed the needle, man. Whenever he came into town, the whole stadium got packed. All these girls screaming like it was Beatlemania. Remember that? And Brian should remember that, right?
I do. And the walk on water and all that. I was there.
Yeah, that was something super cool. I mean, I don't know how many people in the stadium knew that was going to happen. I had no idea that they were going to honor Jerry West. I know AG's part owner of the Lakers, but it's a soccer game, I guess it just speaks volumes of how much Jerry West did for the sport. So that was pretty dope to see.
Yeah, R.I.P. legend.
The logo, baby.
The logo, R.I.P. the logo. Yep.
All right. And then, like I said, that was before the game. So then we get to the game. The LA Galaxy took on Peter Vermees and Sporting Kansas.
Sporting Kansas City. We lost Eddie. Oh no! Peter Vermees got to him. All right. Let's.
All right. Okay, new mission, guys. Whoever finds Eddie gets the bobblehead. Let's go.
All right. Okay, I'll go into it real quick. It was Sporting Kansas City. As we mentioned earlier in the midweek preview, Greg Vanny has had a really difficult time with Peter.
I think I'm back.
And there he is. Let me just finish the start real quick.
Go ahead.
Greg Vanny had never defeated Peter Vermees until earlier this season when Galaxy was down
True.
2-0 at the half, and then they came roaring back and they gave Cavincho a coronary. You guys would have, if you guys saw his live stream, which I was watching, this guy was having a coronary. He was screaming as you could see the veins on his forehead pop. But anyway, Vanny finally beat Peter Vermees, and here he comes again, right? We're like, oh my God, is he going to do it again? Or is this going to be a case like in Chicago where Galaxy were pretty much handed a victory in a silver platter and they're like, no, and they just like flipped it over. But yeah, Adam with another super chat. Eddie, you want to read that one and then we'll address it later on?
Sure. Hey guys, Adam $5. Hey guys, underrated players for any of you guys from last night's game versus KC. Mine would be possibly McCarthy, for sure. Yamane. Yeah, we'll get to that. Underrated players.
Yeah,
definitely. No, he's talking about underrated players.
Underrated? Well, that's an honorable mention.
No, underrated. Honorable mentions like MVP runner up kind of. So we'll give a third one. How about that, guys?
Okay, we can discuss that.
Yeah. Anybody wondering? I did. I am in contact with Dimitro. He just mentioned that he just needed to take a month off of MLS. You guys know he's pretty busy. He just moved to New York, and so I'm sure there's a lot of things going on with him. He was down at that TSD tournament in North Carolina. So anybody knows that sometimes life gets a little bit overwhelming. You got to take a step back, reassess things, just take a breather. You got to give people their space. So yeah, I said, hey man, take your time. And we were very lucky to find Jimmy Mack and the guys from No Other Pod who were gracious enough to join us for that midweek show.
Yes, sir.
But Eddie, let's get to the lineup, dude, because no Ricky Puig. No.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Okay, I don't know when it cut off, but like I was saying on Thursday, we got some news, some injury updates. We heard that Brookman was out, and questionable. Ricky Puig was questionable for this game. Then we get to the actual game and we get the lineup. So we ended up having no Ricky Puig, not even on the bench, but we had McCarthy starting in goal, Aule at left back, Yoshida and Neil at center backs, Yamane at right back, Delgado and Cyril sitting as CDMs, Johnny Perez with the start at left mid, Gabriel Peck, the perfect 10 on right mid, Fagundes playing in place of Ricky Puig in the center, and Dejan Joveljic playing alone on top. Now, boys, injuries. You have Painstill back in the bench, and you have this depleted Kansas City team. How are you guys feeling going into this game?
Man.
Well, I'll talk first because I did the midweek. When I spoke to Jimmy Mack, he was just talking about how this team is just an absolute mess. It's something we've heard a lot from Cheyenne up in Seattle, from Saz in San Jose. There's these clubs right now in the West they're just in a deep hole, right? It seems like nothing that they're doing is coming out right. Kansas City had lost 7 games in a row until they finally beat Seattle in their last match, and Seattle's not so good either. So he was kind of hopeful that they would bring some of that momentum into this game, but Kansas City, it's a combination of play because they have good players, right? But it's a combination of players just not playing up to the form that they should be. Some players are either injured or they're just getting long in the tooth. I mean, they're getting old. We talked about Johnny Russell and how Johnny Russell he's taken a beating over the last few years, and he's getting to a point in his career where he just doesn't have the same speed or quickness that he used to have. So Kansas City is in need of an overhaul, and Peter Vermees is kind of reluctant to do it. He's been there for 15 years. Just insane to think about in this day and age, right? And so that's the Kansas City that we had coming in. And so everything was pointing to Greg Vanny's going to get that second victory over Vermees. There's no way Galaxy should lose this game. But then when you think about the last game against Chicago, right, you're like, anything could happen, right? It's MLS. So, yeah. Brian?
I was having conversations around a stadium, just asking people, what they thought the score was going to be, and everybody was pretty confident actually coming into this game. I had my reserved thoughts about that because of what you just mentioned, the Chicago game, a team that is the worst team in the MLS. You and you lay an egg in Chicago. I know the 2 weeks off did well for the LA Galaxy when it comes to rest and just getting everybody healthy once again, and having training sessions where they could all kind of work on the stuff that they need to do moving forward. Because of what you just said as well with the whole Kansas City thing, the streaks and bad play, and then they come over here. I kind of had my doubts that the LA Galaxy was going to pull it off, especially because I don't feel like we have the coach to lead us all the way. He's done better this match. He did well as a coach, but yeah, I wasn't too confident, to be honest. I wasn't too confident. What about you, Willis or Eddie?
Yeah, I was feeling the same as Brian. No, not the same. Same as far as not being confident in the coach to make the right decisions. But surprisingly, he did start the youngster. I thought that was a great move. He showed in Chicago that he could definitely be dangerous, and I thought inserting him into the lineup from the beginning was a great move. Even if it had to do with the injuries, obviously Ricky Puig and Improvement were not available. I mean, even if it was by default, it was the right move. Seeing the lineup and the SKC lineup, I thought it was a toss-up. But obviously they showed us that that was not going to be the case. So I was 50-50 on it.
Eddie?
Yeah, 50-50. Despite everything, I have respect for Vermees. Vermees kind of falls in the same place as Schmetzer does, So I feel like those teams can wake up at any moment, even though they're quote unquote a bad team right now. I was kind of hesitant. The lineup didn't change anything. I feel a certain way about certain players, and I don't think that was going to change anything. And we'll get to that a little later. So I felt kind of confident that we could win, but at the same time, I was just cautious, again, because of the respect I have for Peter Remies and what he can do.
It's just years of trauma with the LA Galaxy where we can't trust our personnel when it either comes to the coach or the players to perform, especially having an unbeaten streak at home. They continue it. Spoiler alert, they won. They continue the unbeaten streak at home. But it always seems to happen that way, right? Where the LA Galaxy is doing so well. And then it's just one of those games. And it's going to be one of those trap games that, the LA Galaxy could have lost. And we probably would have been all panicking because, we need Brugman in there. We needed Ricky Puig. And one of the things that I did like about this lineup was the fact that we finally got to see Fagundes in that quote unquote playmaking role, which we've been asking for quite. Well, I have personally. I know he could play wing, but I've seen him play mostly in that creative role when he was with the New England Revolution, and so now he had that chance. The thing with Johnny Perez, man, I think we found a nice depth piece off the bench to play for that wing, and he showed it again in this match, and I'm glad that he got to start.
Yeah, and then the game started.
And then
the game started.
Yes, it did.
Let's see, what's the right thing to say? It was not. Yeah, it was boring, but at the same time, it felt like we were in control, less chaotic. The ball was moving. It was.
Here we go. Just say where it was exactly that the ball was moving, because
no,
I know
we'll get to that. No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I was going to say there was a little lack of creativity in the final third before you rudely interrupted me. Yeah, I mean, it's what, despite who's on the field, it's how a lot of these recent games have been, right, Edgar? Because Brian is on a cloud over there, but
no, I mean, look at the difficulty you're having in trying to describe this game. It's not just you; it was a lot of people. Because I was in contact with Jimmy Mack from No Other Pod during the game, and we were commenting on like what a strange half it was because yeah, Galaxy had a lot of possession, and but Kansas City was just kind of there. Like it didn't. It feel like they were like it was a very half-hearted effort, and LA Galaxy was trying to be very cautious not to overcommit too much because they didn't want to get burned on a counter. And at the same time, you could tell that the fact that Ricky Puig wasn't there, and he usually, comes all the way down to the defensive third, and then he carries the ball up the middle, and and holds on to it for God knows how long before dishing it off. You could tell that players were looking for ways to adjust to not having him there. So it was like you could see it. The gears were turning, right? They were like, okay, let's try to figure it out. Let's try to figure it out. And as the game wore on, and especially into the second half, I know we're getting to the second half, but you could see that at some point everything started to click and
Yeah.
things became a lot more fluid, and this team became very dynamic. It wasn't just let's take route
I
one
think I
up the
froze
middle.
again. I hope.
The ball just started moving around everywhere. Oh, there he goes again.
Yeah.
There he is
But
again.
but yeah, in that first half, it was kind of strange. Uh, Real quick, we can get into that first goal if you want to talk about it. Um, Gabriel Peck, man, he had a hell of a game.
He had a hell of a game.
So
Yep.
yeah, he had a hell of a game. Uh, he comes dribbling with the ball, passes it to on the right side. He comes dribbling up with the ball on the right side into the 18, gives it to Dayon. Dayon dishes it off back to him, and Peck takes a shot, a really good shot. Tim Melia, who is not a bad goalkeeper by any margin,
Mm-mm.
makes a
Yeah.
fantastic save.
Yep.
He's not able to get to the rebound, but Dayon is
He
there.
still makes another save, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. Dayon fires a shot. Melia
He
makes
makes
another
another save.
fantastic
Yeah.
save before finally, he's just there on the ground, and Dayon sees the ball still there, and
Yep.
he fires one into the roof of the net. Now, if you go back, yeah, it's great that Dayon got the goal, but if you go back, Kyrie Shelton, who was the closest Kansas City defender, that dude completely gave up. Like as soon as he saw Peck take the shot, you could see Shelton just kind of like, all right, here comes a goal, right? And then Dayon gets the rebound, and Shelton doesn't even flinch. He just looks at him, and he's like, all right, he's gonna score another rebound, and that dude's not moving. I'm like, dude, you just gave up on this play. You left your poor goalkeeper you left him hanging out to dry, man. Do
Yeah.
something.
That's
But yeah,
funny.
that's a Galaxy got that first goal. I feel so bad for Milia because, like I said, he's not a bad keeper. He made two great saves, and for what? Right? His defense just
Let him down.
left him
Yeah.
out there.
That sucks. That's funny. I thought Shelton. I thought he was a forward. He would place forward for them a couple times,
Well,
right?
I mean, he was the closest guy in the play. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, because I saw him back there even in the second half, so I found that kind of weird. But I don't know. Maybe he's just all over the place and trying to do his best Ricky Puig impression. So
Well, Shelton is a wingback, so he's just floating around.
yeah, that is
that
big too.
that's something that they want to touch on, though. The whole thing that we didn't see our creative mid coming all the way back to the defense, picking up the ball and having to dribble all the whole pitch, right? Kind of like Ricky does. This is one of the things that I pick on Ricky's game about. I don't like when he drops all the way down to the defense, and then if he can't get it out early enough, he'll cause a mistake and a turnover. We didn't have that this match. I think the double pivot with Edwin Cerrillo
Serio.
and Delgado was, I think they worked phenomenally yesterday.
Yep.
But you're right, Edgar. Little by little, as the game progressed, they seemed to be linking up way better. I liked a lot of the work that Johnny Perez did on that left side.
Oh yeah,
The kid, he's not afraid to take players on one, and
Exactly.
he's explosive.
he's not over eager to just throw crosses in there. If he has to grab it back, he'll pass it back. I think him and Julian Alde had like a cool little connection on that left side, and yeah, I was happy with that first half, especially because Dejan Jovic gets his 10th goal. From having a really bad season last season to now having 10 goals in MLS play, that's impressive. And, we got to give him his credit too. Yeah.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Will
Yeah.
not be
Yeah,
taking any slander here.
You know the
But
funny thing about Dale though, and yeah, we're glad he's scoring. Obviously, we're glad he's scoring, but no, I mean it's think back. Have any of these goals like really like wowed you? You're like, oh, this is a fantastic goal, or
I
it's
don't
more
mm,
care.
like
I don't care.
it's just he's there, at the right place at the right time to just poach a goal or to just pick up, a rebound, and you're like, all right, good job. You got us on the board.
That's what
Well,
he's there for.
if that makes Barry the GOAT, then Daniel's a god.
What?
So
Yeah.
But yeah, first
yep.
half comes to an end. What are you guys thinking? Um, I can say real quick,
Um,
just real quick, what I thought. So get out of the way. I was walking around the stadium. I saw Josh Gassman. We said hi to each other, and we were just commenting about like, man, what a strange first half. And I told him, you know what? I think Kansas City has a goal in them, and it's gonna come soon because Galaxy just they look like they're gonna get caught in a counter. But that was just my thoughts going into the half. What do you guys think?
yeah, same. Same. I did not trust the score. I did not trust the score just because, like Eddie mentioned, it's Peter Vermees. He was going to make adjustments, and obviously he did in the second half. The second half definitely was more back and forth, and the Galaxy's defense is not where it should be. So that for me was very worrisome.
Hmm. Well, let me give you some of these stats from this first half.
oh, here we go, stat
Yep.
guy.
There we go.
That
Stat guy.
man,
Some facts, but mostly feelings. The LA Galaxy outshot Kansas City 6-5 in that first half. Surprisingly, the LA Galaxy wasn't the dominant team possession wise. It was 48-51, so kind of even, I guess, but more in their favor. And let's see, saves. It doesn't say saves, but the corners, 3-2. We've had problems with those corners, and in that first half, they didn't look as weak in the corners as they did in the second half when that goal came in. But yeah, I didn't feel confident either. I was like, man, 1-0, anything could happen. And I was already doubting the team before even the match starting. So I was a little worried, not gonna lie.
In comes second
Eddie.
half.
well, just to give my thoughts. It's hard to feel comfortable with this team, right? With a 1-0 lead.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we've already said it. Peter Vermees, right? You still don't. Yeah, you don't really. It's Peter Vermees versus Vanny, right? And Vanny, I don't know, man. There must have been a special on crack, or Vanny was checking something off his bucket list because, ooh, we get to that sub and
man. That yo.
it's
Mm, I was man. Okay, let's
yeah.
go for
So
it. Start it.
let's get into the second half. So
Mm,
second half starts with a sub. Johnny Perez is subbed out for Mauricio Cuevas.
mm.
From what I understand, our friend Nancy was sitting next to us. She said she saw Johnny Perez like signaling and grabbing onto his hamstring. So I haven't looked up. I honestly never looked into it,
Ah,
but it could be potentially, he was nursing an injury or or not risking an injury. And Marcelo Cuevas came in, and I
put in some
thought he
work.
was doing great. I thought he was
I
doing,
did too.
and with the second half starts and that, oof, that ball started fucking moving. This team, man, this for a while, for a good while in that second half, I was like, this is the way this team is built to play. Right, this ball's moving fast. These wingers are finding the space behind the defenders or putting in situations where Gabriel Peck can Gabriel Peck, and that's what we needed. Right, we had special moments that, especially with Yamane. I'm jumping ahead. That sorry, here comes the slander. That wouldn't happen with like players that come and grab the ball waiting from their feet. Yamane got to show what he has, and that ball, that dime, that quarterback fucking pass to Peck. I mean, it was just beautiful on the second half for a good while.
Yeah, I think it was. So I kind of wanted to address with that sub. I actually listened to the post game press conference with Greg Vanny, and he mentioned the hamstring. And he also mentioned that the only reason Cuevas got those 15 minutes of play was because they didn't want to bring in Painstill too early. They still have him on the minutes restriction, and so those 15 minutes, go all out there and go balls out. Give us what you can before we bring in, our DP player. And I mean, why not?
Counter though, counter to that. You have a proven player like Painstill already, right? You know what he can give you. You know what he has to bring. He's in limited minutes. So limit those minutes. It's a short week. Limit them more. Let Cuevas fucking play it out. Cuevas is doing great.
That was exactly
Reward the fucking kid. I figured that's what it was, but as a coach that wants to develop these fucking players, you're doing great, son, but get the fuck out. It's like no, like. It doesn't make sense to me that's especially in a short week. Especially that's even worse that a player's in limited minutes and you're gonna pull out somebody that's fresh, young, that's performing great. I think that makes it worse.
Yeah, he was literally in there for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean that honestly, and that's when he was. And the thing is, he took him out right when he was ramping up, right when he was getting already into the flow of the game. And so after he made that sub, is when things started going awry. So I felt that was the wrong move. I was not aware of the Johnny Perez injury, so that makes more sense. But either way, I felt that Vanny throughout the second half made some questionable moves. So at this point, when they made the sub, was it already a 2-0 lead or?
No. So we ended the half. Yeah, we ended the half at 1-0, and then the second goal comes in at the 54th.
Yeah. That was a really nice play. 54th minute, Yamane gets the ball on the right side. He gets it to Dayon, who passes to Gabriel Peck, who cuts into the 18 and carries his defender with him, and then takes a shot, nutmegging the defender.
Yeah.
Fires to the near post for a really nice, we would call a cheeky goal, right?
It was a cheeky goal. That's exactly what it was.
Nice cheeky goal. And then he goes and celebrates with Pinto and his teammates. I'm sorry, not Pinto. He goes and celebrates with Fagundes, and just a really nice. It was a really nice goal. So Galaxy's up to nothing, and at that point we're like, all right, guys, we're flying.
We're feeling great.
We expected. And then 12 minutes later, Kansas City makes some adjustments, and then I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Basong. Yeah, number 22. Sojan Basong gets the ball to Eric Thami, who's one of the DPs, one of the best players that Kansas City has. He carries the ball up the left side, cuts around the corner, sends a pass to the 18 right on top of the 6, and it's a really weird play because the guy who scores the goal, Steven Afrifa, he kind of comes in and kind of creeps in as right before he gets to the ball, and you can see that Yamane is right behind him, but then he kind of shifts direction a bit, and he gets between Jalen Neal and between Yamane. So there's nobody there. He's like in no man's land. He gets the ball, one times it right past McCarthy for which a nice goal. It's a nice goal. And all of a sudden you're like, oh no, oh no, 2-1. This is gonna be a lot more difficult than we expected, right? Were you guys thinking like, oh no, Kansas City's gonna come back? We were up 2-0 on them, and now they're gonna come back and do it to us.
At that moment, I was already giving into what I was already fearing. That whole
tortilla.
Yeah, that they're gonna flip the tortilla.
Man.
And we're gonna get beat.
Pinche tortilla.
But this is the thing, though. At that moment, that goal, I want to put blame on both Yamane and Neal on that one. The space that Afrifa was able to get with nobody tracking him, that's sloppy defense. And maybe it's just me, but Yamane kind of gets beat on the nose a lot. Or am I the one that's kind of tripping on that?
And that one he sure did.
Yeah, he got beat on that one, but I think you're tripping a little bit. I think he made a bad judgment call right there. I don't think he was aware of I guess his surroundings, and then that guy that fucking burned Delgado fucking
Eric
galloping, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Eric Thami.
Well, he was fresh. He was fresh in. He had fresh legs.
Who Who knew Usain Bolt was coming onto the field, bro? Just
No,
took
every
off.
time he was there from the start. He was one of the starters. But he's one of those
Whatever.
impact players that
He wasn't.
Kansas City
He
has.
wasn't using that in the beginning, though. That
No,
just
I
out of
mean
nowhere was
the
like
other guy, Basong, on that side.
Oh, a Frifa? Yeah,
Or Free
He had
Soccer,
come in as
yeah.
a
Falufa,
he
whatever his
the
name is. He
sub, but
fucking
no,
he
but
was
It
galloping. I
was a
think
good
just
goal. I mean,
yeah,
it was a
that
good
too.
goal. Yamane, well, unfortunately, sometimes as a defender, you make the wrong move and it costs you. So this time, usually Yamane is pretty good at reading the plays and making sure he doesn't commit too much and make those type of mental mistakes. Usually, I feel that he does. So
And
it's
then
just one of those plays.
And then the blame that Brian's trying to put on Neil, I think you could actually put that blame on the three in the back. You could put it on McCarthy, Neil, and Yoshida, because one Neil didn't react. The other two, you could let him know that he's clear to
Yeah,
to attack the ball because he
yeah,
had no one else. So you can easily it's fair. I think it's fair to put it on Neil, but I think it's fair to put it on everybody else too because they're your eyes out there as well. What's
Yeah.
behind you.
communication,
So
Well,
communication. Yeah,
it was a breakdown. It was a defensive breakdown.
a
When have we seen that before this season, right?
first time.
but and
well,
coming from Yamane, an experienced player, to kind of lose his guy there, that's kind of concerning as well.
Yamada he made up for it because then
True.
we get to the next Galaxy goal, and that was 9 minutes later. And to me, this was the play of the game. I mean, in football, soccer, you talk about like how like there's moments that happen, and you're like, okay, we can point to this moment and say this is what changed everything. But my goodness, this was such a beautiful play, and this is where I wanted to float a question to you guys. All right, first let me describe the play. Right, Galaxy forces a turnover as Kansas City is coming down the left side. Yamane gets the ball. He looks up, sees that Peck is he's taking off on the left side. Beautiful, like Eddie described, just this beautiful dive, a pass across the field all the way to the left in front of Gabriel Peck. We've been wanting to see this Gabriel Peck for such a long time. Get him out open in the
Facts.
open field where he could run and attack the box. He goes, he comes in from the left side. At this point, Joseph Pinto is already in the match. Joseph Pinto is coming in from the right side. Uh, Peck with this beautiful pass to Pinto all alone scores the goal.
Easy peasy.
He won.
Yeah.
And this is my question to you guys, not my question, but my observation, which is there's no Ricky Puig out there, right? And we talk about how Ricky Puig pretty much dominates possession. He carries the ball up and down the field. What we saw last night, especially that second half, is this is is this what Danny Ball is supposed to be like?
Hmm.
Has Ricky Puig kind of like sabotaged what Vanny was trying to do this whole time? And what we saw last night was what Vanny really wants this team to be like, where he has these guys that are very dynamic. And if you guys noticed, at that point, things were flowing. They were having
Yeah.
fun. Gabriel Peck was doing like these funny little jogo bonito things. The guys were having fun. They were dribbling the ball
True.
certain ways. They were playing. They were actually, you could tell they were out there playing, not just, and you know what I'm talking about. They were playing. They're having fun, right? And it was a lot more dynamic than what we're used to. Is this really what Vanny Ball is supposed to be like? Or is it
I'll
Ricky
take the
Puig
No.
carrying the ball up and down the field and distributing it? What do you think?
I, I'll take the lead here. By the way, this is the impression of Yamane right there, giving the ball. Polkai's greatest. I think it might be a cop out, but I think it's a combination of both, right? It's I'm gonna quote The Rock here, Ricky Puig, know your role. You know, that's what you got to do. It's not that Ricky Puig doesn't have talent. You know, we know that. Me and Edgar give him more
You
shit
sure you know that?
because
Yeah, you sure you know
it's
that?
fun. It's fun, but like it proved yesterday, dude. If Ricky Puig plays his role, Fagundes did great in that
Easy.
position. But but obviously Ricky Puig has more talent. So if Ricky Puig adopts that, dude, this team becomes way fucking better, dude. And honestly, Fagundes, I mean, maybe there is a way to track how much they fucking covered. I'm pretty sure Fagundes didn't have to fucking put in as many miles as Ricky Puig does in a game, right? And
True.
you can't tell me that putting Ricky Puig in this game over Fagundes would have made that big of a difference. Because
Yeah.
Fagundes just did great, dude, and that's it. Like if Ricky Puig learns to fucking
Just stay up there. Just stay up there, dude.
or pick, don't play so much hero ball. Pick and choose when you come and you're needed to take control of the game, right? And like I said,
Yeah.
like I really believe,
Because,
and I was sitting with Edgar in the second half, and he agreed too. If Ricky Puig in the field, there's a chance that Yamane ball doesn't happen
Yeah.
because Ricky Puig comes in and give me that
yeah,
shit,
no, you're right.
give me that ball,
Give me the ball. Give me
and
the ball.
yeah. So I think
Yeah.
it's a combination of both. It's a little bit of Ricky Puig, like being so demanding and not allowing to some Vanny ball be played, and yeah, and it is the way I think Vanny ball's supposed to be. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, this kid, the Ricky, gets it, and we see more of this fluent offense. That we obviously have. We have to allow Peck and a healthy Painsil run at these defenders and hit them early because they can take on these guys put with the right balls.
Yeah, I think Edgar touched on this earlier in the season that this is going to be a season for Ricky to kind of mature into his to what he needs to be as a professional footballer. He's here to learn,
Yeah.
even though he's a great talent. And I think those little things that you said, Eddie, yeah, he'll do that. But I'm still a big fan of Ricky. He is missed when he's not there. I understand that Fagundes did great in the role that he was put in, but Ricky Puig is another offensive threat, banging goals from the outside or whatever it is. He's our second goal scorer and leader in the team, and so you could make up for it with what Fagundes did yesterday. But you also got to remember that that's a really bad team. Against the good teams, you're gonna need Ricky, and all that Ricky hate goes out the window because we need that guy regardless.
Hold on, nah, I'm not gonna let you walk away with that one. We've struggled against bad teams with Ricky on the field, bro. The thing about Ricky as well, when he fucking tracks back against the ball, he's a liability in those fucking turnovers. That's one of the other main reasons why he has to know his role, because you forget about the liability and the counters we get hit on when he decides to casually turn over the ball or force the ball. Right, so
Yeah.
don't give me that. Oh, it was a bad team. No, Ricky's been on the field when we played bad teams, and we fucking not played as great and made a mess out of those games. I'm not saying that's entirely on Ricky, but yeah, that remember it was a bad team. That goes out the window because Ricky's been on the field when it's a bad team.
And well, there's also games where he hasn't played, and it was clear and obvious that we missed the guy. And
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
He was on the field in Chicago. You're
Yeah, but think about the games that he wasn't there. The last game before this one, what a horrible game it was.
Yeah.
Which one was that
You
one?
gotta remember how boring that game. I think it was it Vancouver? No, it was shoot, I can't remember off the top of my head, but
I honestly don't remember either. The yellow card.
But it was a 0-0 game. Oh, it was a Minnesota. I think it was Minnesota. I think it was Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a boring game. Why was it a boring game? Because there was no creativity. And Fagundes was on the field on that day. So I think both things are right where Eddie, we already know this, that it's a liability when he comes down. We know this. We want him not to do that. And yesterday showed that that's exactly how Vanny wants to play. But then that's on also Vanny for him to tell him, yo, don't come down. You're the coach. You're supposed to tell him that. And if Vanny doesn't have the balls to tell him that, then that's on him. So that is Vanny balls or not ball, whatever fuck it is. That's Vanny, not ball. That's what that is. That's Vanny. You should tell him, like, yo, Ricky, look at how we played. This is how you're supposed to play. Do this. Do this. So I feel it's both things. That Eddie, yeah, you're right, that it's a liability. And then I also know that against great teams, if you're going to win a championship, you need those star players. You're going to need a talent like Ricky Puig in order to unlock those type of games, because that type of talent makes a difference in those championship games.
I also want to point out one other thing, and I'm sorry, I'll lay off Ricky right now because I brought up one other thing. about the ball moving faster and how the fluent this offense rolls when Cerrillo's on the field and in comparison to Brugman. But
Yeah,
again, we talked about
yeah,
this. We get one thing with the other,
Hmm.
and and another thing with the other
yeah.
one.
You know what though? I thought Sergio had a great game. He wasn't. Well, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but he was creating his own space, giving option. I thought he played great. I thought he played
By the
great,
way,
and
Sergio, welcome to the club, baby.
yo, honestly, I confused him for Fagundes. I was like, Fagundes, what the fuck are you doing down there? And then I realized it was Cedillo. So I thought he played a great game.
Edgar,
I
you
can see
think?
why you guys love him.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up too. 80th minute, Kansas City gets the ball into the Galaxy final third. Nemanja Radoja, that's his name, from Kansas City. He takes a shot from outside the box, and Neil stops the ball, right? And it bounces right back to the feet of
Oh,
William
yeah.
Agara from Kansas City, and he takes a really quick shot. McCarthy comes up with a huge save. He gets a mid on it, and the ball goes out of bounds, right? You're like, oh my God, we missed one, right? I mean, that was close. But literally a minute later, Johnny Russell lines up a free kick, sends the ball into the six, and Kyrie Shelton just runs past Yamane. I mean, Yamane, he giveth and he taketh. And he runs past Yamane to beat him to the ball and put Kansas City with a one goal again. And you're like, oh no,
Yep.
this game is silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
and forth.
3-2 at that point. I'm sorry, it was Robert Castellanos who scored the goal.
It was
Oh yeah,
Castellanos.
yeah, it was
Is
Robert
it true
Castellanos. I'm
he
sorry.
played for the academy?
I
Galaxy
think so.
Academy?
Yeah. So yeah, from Johnny Russell to Robert Castellano, he scores a goal, and at that point you're like, oh damn it, this is getting kind of crazy. Um, but then, my friends, as the
Let's
game is
go.
winding down, in 90th minute and change, um, I'm sorry, 82nd minute, literally a minute later, right? Benny looks to the side. He's like, it's go time. He makes the call. Miguel Berry comes strutting in. The crowd starts to get really nervous. Dayon leaves the game, and in comes your savior.
Yep.
As you can see,
San Miguel.
Miguel effing Berry, right?
San Miguel Berry, baby.
Miguel effing Berry, right? And
Drop
it
my
takes a
camera. I got
while.
so excited right now.
Look at that. He gets really, he got
I
really excited.
hate that guy, man. I hate
Now,
that guy.
there are so many
Oh,
jokes
just
floating around the stadium about Barry, yeah, throughout the game. Anytime you mention Barry, and I swear to you, this happened when the first half I was sitting with my friends, near the northwest corner, and then later on I ran into the people around the concourse, and every time anybody mentioned the word Miguel Barry, it was like, don't put that energy out there. Stop talking about that. Don't put that energy out there. Damn it. Hold on, Eddie. Hold on. And then like somebody actually said, "Don't you dare use that word around my kids." It's like, damn. All right, man, go for it, Eddie.
All right. Yeah, this is a good time to bring this up. Brian or Edgar or anybody DMs? Nothing?
Let me
No
check.
winners?
Boop, 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 boop. No winners yet.
No. Damn, that hurts my feelings. Okay.
Say it again for the new people.
Yes, we're doing a
This is a
giveaway.
new one. Okay. So, still giving away the same thing. I mean, I'm going to break it now because my feelings are hurt. So, you're going to get a broken bobblehead. No, I'm just kidding.
What
You're
did
going
you
to get a
do that
brand
poor
new
thing?
Robbie Rogers bobblehead. Oh, it kind of looks like Conan O'Brien, actually. Look at that. Anyways, Ricky Pooch, Robbie Rogers bobblehead. Now we're gonna broad it up a little bit.
Yes.
Anybody a DM a picture with any of the Neck Boys, and it's yours.
Yes. You guys have
And
a
if you
picture.
get one with Willis, oh my god! If you get one with Willis, I will give you one of these
ooh,
Comic SC cards.
mm,
If you have a photo
you
with
know what?
Willis,
That's a
I'll
rare
give
one.
you
That's a rare
I'll
one.
give you a Giazzi Sardis card along with the bobblehead.
and I'll sign the
That's
Yossi
quite a
one for you.
prize. Yeah, there's
Thank
not
you,
that
Jeff.
many out there, so you're right.
Cool. Okay. So wait, Miguel Berry, same Berry.
Miguel Berry.
Again, paint some
Yeah.
magic,
Man.
huh? He threw on some samba,
Peck.
did some of that stuff we saw. You know that those legs were moving. It looked like he had 6 legs out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And finally,
Yeah. Barry, man, he was not Miguel Barry that day. He was somebody else. But
but
he even before that goal, he made like a crazy like juke where he juked himself and then juked the defender and was almost gave an assist to Paintsell. But Tim
Oh
Minya
yeah.
had a great save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
so yeah, and then Peck, like you said, that Samba did his thing and saw Son Barry in the back of the second pole and from my range,
Yeah.
Barry. Sheesh.
I'm
all
gonna keep
right,
it honest
so
with you guys. I'm gonna keep it honest. As soon as he came in, I knew he was gonna score. I was sitting right next to Cecil, and he saw Miguel Berry warming up, and Cecil was like, "No, why is he coming in?" I'm like, "You know what? He's gonna come in and score and win us a game and just shut it down." My goat, baby, San Miguel Berry.
Eddie, are
Son.
you gonna get a McGilberry tattoo? And
no,
Oh, bro.
that looks like a Zubat.
The one behind you, the San Miguel.
There you
You
go,
not
man.
down?
Anyway,
Not your goat. Not your goat.
no. By the way, I was trying to, and Edgar can tell you this. I was trying to start a Miguel Berry chant. Nobody.
you got booed.
before we came in. And actually, I don't know if you guys saw this. We were in the sideline. Edgar, do you remember fucking Miguel Berry almost killed Tim Milia?
Oh
On the
yeah,
flag
yeah,
tackle.
no. Earlier, the ball was caroming around in the 6, and then it went right towards Tim Milia, right as McGilberry came flying in and like legs stretched out, and like I swear to you, like an inch or two closer, and he would have ripped Milia's face off, man.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a close slide tackle. Pretty dangerous. Good thing he didn't hit
Yeah,
him.
But
but
we're all
yeah,
happy for
guys,
Berry, right?
game ends.
Remember Berries?
Member
member
Berry.
berries.
Remember, game
Remember?
ends, man. Galaxy gets a comfortable, at that point, comfortable 4-2 victory over
Mm.
a really sorry Sporting Kansas City team that, let's be honest, they had their chances.
Yeah. Hmm.
And they had their chances. They made Galaxy look bad on the set piece again. I heard that this is the 12th set piece goal that Galaxy gives up. This is not taking into account penalty kicks, right? So that cat's gonna claw you up, dude. Get leave me alone. But yeah, Galaxy gets a good solid victory. They keep pace with RSL, who drew earlier in the game in a scoreless draw. We heard LAFC won their game. LAFC is
Oh,
just one game behind RSL. Galaxy's 3 points back, but we know LAFC has a game in hand, so things are going to be a little bit interesting. Now, they just played Kansas City, a really bad team who has won. They have won one game and out of the last 9 and lost 8. So there you go. They're pretty bad.
dang.
And meanwhile, here comes NYCFC on Wednesday. That's a real test right there.
Yeah.
That's a real test. And I'm really curious to see if Ricky Puig is going to show up for that one, and how it's going to affect what we saw on the field yesterday. Because, like I said, it was very dynamic, especially in the second half. And so, a lot
Yeah.
of question
What would
marks.
what would you prefer? Would you prefer Ricky sit that one out or
I
would
mean,
you?
oh, is it? There he is.
There he is.
Later,
I mean,
Ricky.
if Ricky's there, I mean, obviously you got to play him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's injured,
Yeah.
maybe you bring him in the second half and
maybe,
let the boys come
maybe,
out in the first half and be more dynamic like they were in this game
maybe,
against.
maybe he's in a time restriction and somebody can come in for 20 minutes and then he could come in for him.
There you go. Bring in
Whoever's
Miguel
back,
Berry for 20 minutes,
whoever's
right?
back at it again.
But hey, final thoughts on this game, and then we do awards.
A
We
very
won.
solid win.
Yeah,
Very
I
solid
don't know
win
about.
coming back from. It was all
Oh,
right. Well, it was all right because we're still very horrible at set pieces, and that's one thing that's gonna really hurt us in the playoffs, especially against the really good teams.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the LA Galaxy's weakness, set plays, crosses in general, and so that's still something that I need to work on. But 4 goals at home, you remain undefeated, I'm good with that.
My thoughts, real quick. Um, it's something you're gonna hear me, or you've heard me say a lot during the season, is a sense of relief that they won, and just because Kansas City is a really bad team, and we've seen throughout the season how Galaxy plays to the same level of their opponents. So it's I mean they play like that against the Smurfs, right? They play like that against Seattle. They play like that against St. Louis, who, as we've seen, they're not as good as they were last year. Galaxy has struggled with those teams, and but then they show up for the big games. So um,
Yeah, true.
it was like, okay, you guys should have won this game, and you won by a good margin. This is what you should be doing. But the goals that you guys gave up, those are goals that you should not have given up at all,
Those are
because those
pedestrian
are
goals,
stupid
man.
mistakes.
Yeah.
So now the game against New York City, we'll see. They might lose that one.
Oof. Home
Ooh.
loss, huh,
Oh,
Andrew?
what? At home?
Oh, look at those remember berries. They're all
Uh,
sweaty. Look at that. Bunch of sweaty boys back there.
so Edgar hit the nail on the head right there. It's I thought it was solid, the performance, but they're fucking defensive blunders, dude.
Yeah.
Those are easy to well, should be easy to fix, right? You know, those little, you tighten up those screws, you're talking about a 4-0 win.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
looks way
exactly.
different. It looks way different than a 4-2. Yeah, you know, we scored 4 goals, that's great and all, but
It
4-0
could have been a
sounds.
lot more, to be honest. Milia made some fantastic saves.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It could have
Amelia,
been
you
more.
gotta give us credit.
That
Yeah.
Painter one, I thought was a for sure goal. He
Yeah.
was alone with the goalie, one on
Yeah,
one.
we missed one thing, by the way. Well, at least I didn't really see it. I don't know if you guys had a good view at it. The
Oh, the
elbow
The
that
thing with
was
Jovic,
Dayon,
face.
the
Yeah,
Jovic.
that
Yeah,
yeah.
was really strange, right?
it was weird, dude.
My thing is this. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I'm gonna say what I think because I haven't looked back. I'm assuming he didn't touch him, or it was a natural movement because I mean the ref didn't even go look at it.
No, he made the swing, but it was more of a like get off of me type of like he had the ball and he kind of just like this,
Mhm.
and he kind of went at the face of Jovic. So it was kind of a 50-50. So I'm surprised they actually didn't look at it because he did kind of swing at him. But I understand that, as a goalie, you gotta protect a little bit more. And he just he had the ball and he kind of went like this. So I mean, it was a 50-50. I was surprised they didn't look at it just because it was at the head and he ended up bleeding at that after that. So he did obviously he got hit.
It was really strange, man, because how often do we see referees give somebody a yellow for embellishment, right?
Yeah.
If that's what the case was, um, I mean, what, he was in his face, and Melia just kind of shrugged him off, and
Hmm.
but I don't know. It was very odd thing. I guess you either had to be in the north end, like really paying attention to what was going on, or you have to be on the field to witness it up close and in person. But it's a very strange thing. Do I think it was worthy of a yellow? I don't know about that. It's kind of a harsh yellow. Maybe just tell Dion, like, hey man, stop doing that kind of stuff and go for it. But it's Chris Pencil, and like I said before in the midweek preview, that he likes to hand out a lot of yellows going into the game. I don't know if you heard, Eddie. In the last 4 games going into this one, he had handed out 26 yellow cards.
Oh,
Yeah,
Damn, I guess trigger happy.
yeah.
Yeah.
yellow happy.
All right, so you're happy. All right, let's real quick check in again. No DMs.
I'm checking right now.
Hey,
Well, I
you
guess
guys, you
Okay,
guys
we
saw.
good.
while he's checking, you wanna say who the underrated player is
Yeah, I'll go first.
for Adam?
Fuck. Hold on. Yeah, I got it. Underrated. It's gonna be Sergio.
Serio.
Facts, same. That was just gonna be. Sergio had a great game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just for me, it was a great game. He kind of showed that he is one of the players that, at this point, is at least untradeable for this year. just because Brugman's getting older, injuries, and he's young. I feel like his potential is
the
sky's the setting. So,
and you mentioned older and injuries. I don't know if what Cedillo's when his contract ends, but if it passes this year, it also makes him a tradable asset. MLS is it's hard to negotiate sometimes, and it almost feels like we have that wiggle room now because I'm not like, oh, we should get rid of him. I'm not saying that, but if we need it, I'm not mad at seeing more Citio action. So it's just another benefit.
Yep.
Well,
And Royce is coming.
Tucker Lepley, man. How about Tucker Lepley?
So yeah, shout out to Tucker Lepley.
Yeah, underrated right there.
Yo, he played 60 seconds.
Beautiful.
Hey, that's 60 seconds more than you ever played.
Yeah, man. I mean,
What do you mean? Hey, I wasn't in it with the AYSO. Man, you tripping. I was in there for 50 minutes.
No, check it out, dude. Tucker Lepley is making like what, 6 figures maybe? And he comes in for 60 seconds. Think about it. How much he's worth for every second he's out there.
Wow. That's crazy.
10 G's a second. Let's go.
Let's go. That's the life right there.
I know nothing, right?
I think I agree with both of you guys. I think Sergio he doesn't quite get the honorable mention.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with you guys.
No, but I meant the DMs. Nothing.
The Lappy thing?
The DMs.
Nothing yet.
No DMs.
No. Okay, so here we go. I'll make it easy, right? And this is going to be the first person to respond. Here we go. It's going to be Robbie Rogers' theme. So I need 3 answers. Okay. I need the team that Robbie Rogers played for in the championship in England. The team who do we have to trade in order to get Robbie Rogers? And what team
that one.
did we trade him to get Robbie Rogers?
So you just got to get one correct?
No, all 3. I need all 3. Team in the championship he played for. Who do we have to trade to get Robbie Rogers? And what team did we trade? Did we trade that player to?
All right.
Cool. First person to answer it, you get the bobblehead.
All right. Start Googling.
All right. You guys want to do some awards now?
Yeah, let's do some awards.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Cool. I'm pretty disappointed that it's taking this long to get the answer because somebody should know this off the top of their head.
Yeah. So we'll start off with the game is off per usual.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to go first because I think I'm gonna go first. I think it's a little difficult, right? And I don't want to go the Vanny route. I'm gonna go with Yamane, right? Yes, he had those phenomenal fucking plays, but the poor judgment on I think it was big on the first goal, and then totally losing his mark on the second one. And again, it's like one of those situations where it's a little hard to pick because I think that the team had a pretty great the team played pretty great all around. I'm just kind of nitpicking here, so I'm gonna go with Yamane for those reasons.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my game is off award as well. Those 2 mistakes right there that could have left the LA Galaxy with a clean sheet, and because of those errors, 4-2. So yeah, Yamane gets the game is off for me as well.
Yeah, same here, man. Yeah, same here. Mickey Yamane. But that doesn't mean it won't be the last time he's mentioned in the awards.
Oh, okay.
I remember.
Willis?
It's gonna be a sweep. Yamane, those 2 blunders, I feel were not his character. That's usually not what he does. So that's like the perfect example of my game was off.
Yeah, good point. The award is Geo Award. His game is off, right? So that we hold Yamane to a higher standard. So that's one of the main reasons why he gets that award.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You got Heartman Award. For me, I don't know. I hope you guys agree. I think it's it's this guy. It's gotta be Fagundes. Fagundes filled in that role nicely, right? And this is like hater aside, he's filling a DP spot, and he did great. He did great in that role. especially in the second half. The ball was just flowing beautifully, and yeah, Fagundes fucking yeah, like you got heart, man. If it wasn't for the game that the next standing player award had, it might have been you, but you picked the wrong night to play the way you did.
Yeah, his rating was a 7.0, so
Yeah.
that's solid right there. And yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Honorable mention to Diego Fagundes, and what a pickup from the LA Galaxy. This front office did work picking that guy up, and he's coming off our bench. And this is what he can do when you have missing players. It's lovely to have him. So yeah, he gets that award from me. Edgar.
This is where I bring up our good friend Mickey Yamane again.
Damn it,
And
Edgar.
the reason is, I like I said, he giveth and he taketh, right? And yeah, he had those blunders on defense, but you know what? He more than made up for it. He had 2 assists in his game, and that one beautiful pass that I think turned the game on its head. You can't ignore that. You can't just say, "Oh, yeah, he had an awful game," on one end of the field, but he also contributed on the other half. So you got to call it what it is. So yeah, his game was off on one side, but you know what? He plays with a lot of heart, and he had some great contributions on the offensive end. So yeah, he's got my You Got Heartman award.
You got Heartman award. For me, I was between two players, and I'm gonna go with the obvious one. But I just gotta mention that Jovic had a goal and an assist.
Yeah, I was about to mention that too.
And that for me cannot go overlooked. With that said, I thought Fagundes he killed it in his role. He filled the shoes of Ricky Puig, made that ball move. That ball was just moving, dude. I have not seen the ball move that well in a while with this Galaxy team. And it looked like everybody was just feeding off of Fagundes, basically. Making the runs off of him. The wingers were winging. the midfielders were midfielding, and everything was working. I think Fagundes played a really good game. So I'm going to give my honorable mention to Fagundes, but still not overlook Jolic's contributions.
Let's go. The main event.
Main event.
Main event.
All right. So the main event is the next standing. Oh, by the way, we have not shout out the stadium announcer from this game. Did you guys pay attention to it?
No.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Oh my god. That fucking Joseph. It was great. Anyways, oh man, my background didn't come out as planned. So the next standing player award for me, winner is the perfect 10. He didn't do it. Gabriel Peck. I mean,
yeah,
this has got to be an obvious sweep, right, dude? The guy, he was pecking. That's what he was doing. This is the guy we've been waiting for, and bro, I don't know what else to say. No complaints. The man had a fucking amazing game. Show a little flair. Got a goal. Was able to get Miguel Berry on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That alone gives him the outstanding player award.
A perfect 10 rating, player rating. That's a great accomplishment, especially because I know we've been kind of critical of him, not giving him too much of a hard time, but being a DP player, you would expect this type of performance every single match. When they needed him, he didn't have his partner in paints on the other side, so he had to kind of carry this whole team on his back, and that he did. So yeah, next standing player of the match, the MVP, Gabriel Peck. Edgar.
Concordo. Aquela cara do Brasil. Que jogo lindo de Gabriel Peck.
Yes.
Yes.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Indeed.
I completely agree, man.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Cuban B. Yes, Cuban B.
Willis, who'd you got?
Yeah, dude, it's a sweep. SpongeBob Peg did what he does best, and the speed, man, the speed killed, the flair killed. It was just impeccable. Gabby Peck gets the next standing from all of us.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to mention Julian Naranjo was in the house. Was he not?
Yeah, I saw his live, and when he was commentating, that's when they scored that third goal.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Shout out to Julian Naranjo. Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought him on. That's crazy, dude.
Hey, Julian, hope you had a good seat watching your replacement Yamane, baby. I'm just kidding, fool.
We love you, fool.
So we do have some questions.
Oh shit! I forgot we do that.
Yeah, we do have some questions.
You know, fool, you haven't been here like in
1,000 years. I know.
You show up as much as Ricky Pooch, fool. You
know. From Logan Jones on Instagram. In my opinion, Melia should have gotten a red for that punch on Dayon.
Oh, there you go.
He answered my question.
Adam DC25. Still need to work out on set pieces, and score shouldn't have been that close. Agree with that.
Yeah.
Ananda from La Cuna Galaxiana. Shout out. Hi, gents. How do you rate Coach Vanny's performance out of 5 stars?
God, it was weird.
First. Oh, go ahead.
Edgar. Out of 5 stars, go ahead, Edgar.
3.
3?
It's
3.
It's
3 for me.
It's tricky. I'll say 3.5. It's tricky because the goals were the same thing as always, and outside of that weird ass fucking sub he did, everything worked out great.
Yeah. True.
You know,
true, but
in different places.
I still think he overplayed himself. So
I don't know. I mean, are we not ready to give Greg Vanny some type of credit? Look where he has the LA Galaxy in comparison.
For you, Vanny.
That's it.
I think the team is doing good. I think they're doing good despite Vanny.
I mean, he hasn't believed him in some type of style of football. I think he deserves a little bit more credit.
There's so much talent in his team that I feel a lot of the games they can win on just their talent.
I kind of see what Willis was saying, because it feels like they're so talented, right? That I'm not saying they're fantastic, right? I mean, but they're so talented.
But the talent's there, yeah.
That if you had a different type of manager who could harness all of that talent, they would be a lot better. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I feel like, remember what I said earlier? Is what we saw last night what Vanny Ball's supposed to be like? Or is it are they beholden to having Ricky Pooch dictate the flow of the game? And that's what we see, we're used to. So, I don't know. It's kind of strange.
I think for that same reason, it's going to be a 3, because we don't even know yet. We don't know.
Yeah. And it's going to be a whole different thing in the playoffs too. So for this game, I think a 3.5 is fair. That's fair. I mean, they got the win, so
that's true. Whatever.
Marcos GC, should Galaxy push for Leagues Cup?
Absolutely not.
If here's the only way, you don't do it in the group stage. If somehow with not taking it serious and giving these players Lepli and all them time, we find ourselves in a semi-final type of position, then you go for it, because it's still a Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way.
True.
The only way. But
I do want. You know what? I'm excited to see Johnny Perez he has to start these games.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Perez has to start these games, man. I'm excited for that.
And then you get
20 minutes.
Yeah, Perez.
And you could give Cuevas some run too.
And Cuevas. Give him 20.
Tucker Lepli.
Give him 25 minutes. Let's go. Get more time.
Yeah.
Another question.
And Mikovic.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Mikovic. And Mikovic. Oh, you already know. I got that Miko Mania, baby.
Miko Mania.
I've been saying that, bro, since last year.
Another question from Adam DC25. I feel this might be the most complete game this season so far for the LA Galaxy. I don't think so.
Complete? No.
Defensively, that was
was horrible.
Yeah. offensively, it looked great. Defensively, it's still.
I get what he's saying though, but it's the thing is that what sucks is that it's moments, right, where that shit
Yeah.
happens. Like it's literally just 2 moments by a
But
complete game.
it's an every game thing, though.
Yeah,
It's an
that's
every
what I'm
game
saying.
thing.
I get what he's saying. I don't think he's completely wrong. Like it is one of the more complete games because those fucking goals are those fucking moments, dude. That just like our Sunday team. Well, aside from today, don't make those mistakes.
The other complete game that I could think of would be the Vancouver game with that Ricky Pooch, that through ball.
I mean, even that one, like the first half wasn't that great. So
Well, I mean,
it's the one
same as
thing.
today.
One thing.
Same as
No,
yesterday.
it's the one thing you guys have heard me say the entire season. It's like, when are we gonna see this team play like a solid game from whistle to whistle? We still haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't
When
seen
Michael Royce comes.
Marco Royce goes.
El
Chele Reus.
Cuevas was solid AF,
Yeah,
baby.
he was. 15 minutes of fury, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. That's all you need.
Arped Raza 83. When the boy trade was announced, most people hated it.
Yeah.
What do you think about it now?
Well, Tyler Boyd's having a really hard time in Nashville.
It seems genius now, to be honest.
Well, I mean, you don't know. Tyler Boyd could have, he could still continue doing the things he was doing last season, but he just has had a really difficult time adjusting in Nashville, and that sucks for him. But hey, I'm not complaining too much. I mean, look at the guys we have now.
Yeah.
They're younger.
Yeah. And they're amazing. And last question from Alex Gutierrez 01. Not Galaxy related. El Guti. Not Galaxy related, but opinions on Clash at the Castle. Did you guys watch it?
Nah, man. I heard what happened. I just think that I think that Triple H is like trying really hard to start a riot in Scotland. I mean, because they had both Piper Niven and Drew McIntyre lose, and they're both Scottish. Oh my god!
I haven't watched it. I saw the results and stuff. One thing is like, sorry for everyone that is not a nerd like us. This is like slow season, right, for WWE because all the people are on vacation for Mania and whatever. They're trying to build storylines, but the fucking Scottish people leaving the stadium. Did you guys see that?
No.
They were chanting CM cunt. Sorry, excuse my language.
Hey, my God, if CM Punk would have walked the streets of Scotland right now, it would. Oh, you wouldn't hear anything from him. He would vanish.
Also, Kaiser. Was it? I forget his last name.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig, yeah. He apparently, I didn't see this, but he apparently came out in a Germany jersey and he threw up the 3-0.
Oh, that's yo. And that's soccer related.
yeah, that's soccer related. There you go.
Beautiful.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then they were in Glasgow.
Crazy Trippy H.
To top it off,
Damn it,
they were in Glasgow and wait, what's Celtic's not from Glasgow, right? It's Rangers.
Yes, it is. Celtic and
the Rangers
both play in Glasgow.
Ah, damn it! Because he came out. CM Punk came out in the Celtic.
Wait, Glasgow is in Scotland?
Yeah.
Yes, Glasgow is in Scotland.
Anyways, that's what we thought about it.
Yeah, Glasgow Rangers and Celtic both play in the same city.
Thank you to everybody who submitted questions. We encourage you, if you're listening to this later on in the audio form only, to come join the chats. And
most people are probably gonna listen to it after.
Yeah, join the conversation. Well, it's 11:30. But yeah, thank you to everybody.
That's probably why we got no DMs, bro.
I know. Oh, let me check that real quick. While you do your thing, Eddie, I'll check the DMs.
Oh, well, if there's no DMs as we sign out, if you give the answer, the bobblehead is yours. Again, it's Robbie Rogers bobblehead for free. I need the team he played for in England in the championship, who we traded to get him, and where we traded that player to. So, thank you again for everyone for listening to this pod. Little did I know, it is also. Oh, you got a winner? Right, cool.
Heyo.
Leeds United, McGee to Chicago. And he has a sick ass picture of you and him and Cosmo.
Who is it?
Dang.
Who won?
It is Alvaro Juicebox on Instagram.
You gotta send me this picture of me and Cosmo.
Rock RDA. It's beautiful.
Send it to the WhatsApp. I'm sure you can take a picture of.
I got you.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, big into mental health. The month of June is actually Men's Mental Health Awareness. I had no idea. Yeah.
That's true.
Again, take care of yourselves. Fuck the hate. Love each other. Fuck bullying. Nothing but love, y'all. Thank you again for everyone for listening. We're about to get up out of here.
I love that photo, by the way.
If you want to find me on the socials, you can find me as Eddie Nags. Then only on Twitter. You can also find my buddy here. What's up? This big guy. This mountain lion right here. What's your name? Godzilla.
Oh, shit.
Godzilla on Twitter. Yeah, no, it's Eddie Nags on Twitter. Bryant.
You can find me as Bryant Nags on Twitter /X and Instagram. Edgar.
You guys can find me on Twitter as Edgar Nags, NA_GS, and on Instagram as Edgar Nags. Please go check out my Instagram because I got some really good interviews in there from this last game, and you guys will find them very interesting. What else?
Y'all can find me on Instagram as Will I Am a Realtor. I do things other than podcasts, and I do sell houses. So go ahead and follow me. I do some funny stuff there sometimes. A lot of Galaxy related stuff in there too. So check it out.
Yeah.
Triaso.
Oh yeah. You guys can find me as Travis JA on all my social media. Travis JA. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose
So
whether.
thank you again, everyone, for listening. This has been another episode of News Across the Galaxy. For Brian, Edgar, Willis, Chewy, my name's Eddie. We'll get up out of here. The only bullying that is cool is cats because they're assholes and it's cute. So
Play
next
my
time,
keyboard cat.
keep on nagging.
Keep
Meow,
on
fool,
nagging.
meow, fool, meow. Nah, it's not meow.
Come on, keyboard cat.
Oh, nagging.